Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Jafet Johnson. I'm very happy to welcome everyone to Blockchain for All. Okay, before our guest speaker will arrive for today's meeting, Blockchain for All is a series sponsored by bConta and VHIPA. This program is going to be we'll be bringing experts that will be talking a lot about blockchain in different sectors and area of life. This is one way to enlighten everyone in the public to understand the use of blockchain, how it helps our daily lives, and how we're able to build a lot of application on it. Our experts will be coming to help us understand the impact of blockchain on several fields, and we believe this series is really going to help us go a long way to solve or understand how blockchain has gone far to help a lot of Nigerians, a lot of African startups, and how businesses have been able to adopt blockchain and see how it works with it. Thank you once more for joining us. Uh, I will try and bring up our speaker as quickly as possible so that we can continue with the program for today. We'll still wait for a lot of people to join us. We have some viewers from YouTube channel, can join from YouTube, Facebook, at Big Hunter, and every social media handle for Big Hunter, and the host myself. So you'll be able to see and catch us live now. Okay. Okay, Mr. Seth, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Jaffe.
Seth, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Jaffe. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Just share the video. Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Seth. I can hear
Okay.
you. Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Seth. So I'm trying to. So I want to share the link with our Facebook page so that everybody is able to join us and follow and start with. Just a
Okay.
moment. So everyone can join from Facebook to LinkedIn and our YouTube channels. So we ensure everything is shared from our own end. Mr. Sel will also share on his social media handles so that we don't want to leave anyone behind. So if you are from Facebook, you can follow bcontact HQ to catch us live. If you are on YouTube, you can follow Japheth Johnson. That's my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to watch from there too. If you are on LinkedIn, you can follow Japheth Johnson on LinkedIn and also watch. Okay, Mr. Said, I don't know if you are be able to share it on your Facebook before we proceed. I think we just have 2 to 3 minutes for this setup and invite other people online. So we'll just try to we'll try to share as quickly as we can. All right. Thank you very much for everyone that joined online. I think we're going to comment with the program now. Follow us on Facebook, Beta HQ. You can also follow the live stream on YouTube, Jafet Johnson, and you can also watch live on LinkedIn at Jafet Johnson. We're trying to see how we connect everyone from different channels so that we'll be able to uh, have everyone on board to share this information. So we'll not be taking much of our time. I'll be introducing our guest speaker. His name is Engineer Seth Ruben, who is currently the CFO and co-founder of Biconta, one of the biggest exchange here in Nigeria. Mr. Seth Ruben is an expert in blockchain utilities. He is an expert, Google certified SEO and digital marketer. And he currently also handles the entire support desk team at Biconta, so you understand relationship management. Mr. Seth Ruben has experience in blockchain for over 4 to 5 years now, and it's really a pleasure to to have him on board. Mr. Seth Ruben will be talking of blockchain, the impact of blockchain in social media. He has a vast understanding of social media, how his use cases has been in several startups, or how social media have helped a lot of businesses. So Mr. Seth Rubel will be talking on blockchain, and he will also be talking of how the involvement of blockchain that's affecting, how is it going to affect a lot of social media, how is it going to change the narrative of social media. So with that, I think we're going to really have a wonderful time today banking on his experience and knowledge of blockchain, and at the same time knowledge of um, the social media and how to use them. So Mr. Seth, welcome to Blockchain for All. We are very happy to have you. Thank you for taking out time to honor our invitation. We really hope today is going to be an awesome moment with you. So first of all, you introduce yourself and give us a brief on what we'll be discussing and what you'll be talking about today entirely to our general audience.
Thank you, Mr. Jaffet. I think you have already introduced me. You have already said it all. Once again, my name is Seth Ruben. I'm also a co-founder of Big Contact. Thank you for the privilege of giving me the opportunity this moment to handle this particular topic, the impact of blockchain on social networks. Um,
Okay, Mr. Seth,
I want
we are
to.
listening to you.
Hello, can you? Okay, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Jaffe, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, I don't know whether I'm with you. Please, can you indicate? Can you hear me?
Okay, I think Mr. Seth is having a little bit of challenge with his network. Please, a moment as we try to reconnect back with him.
Sorry, Mr. Jaffe, for this interruption. I don't know whether you can hear me now.
Okay, Mr. Seth, welcome back. Please, I don't know if you can
Yeah,
hear me clearly now.
yeah, I can hear you clearly. Sorry for that interruption. I don't know whether you can hear me. Can you hear me, Mr. Jaffe? Can you hear me?
Okay, so before we still get him back, he said to still explain what blockchain for all will be doing this month of February and March. One of our mission is to ensure the general public is aware of the, the use of blockchain, to understand how blockchain can be applied in several fields of or several use cases. And this is sponsored by Biconta, uh, Vashita Resource Limited, and VHIPA. So we'll be having a lot of speakers that will be coming up to discuss a lot of topics that are arranged. So you just follow us on our channel on Contact HQ, follow Japheth Johnson on LinkedIn, Japheth Johnson on YouTube, and you'll be able to catch all the events. Like so, Mr. Seth, I don't know if you can hear clearly, so that we'll continue.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know whether you can hear me too, because I can hear you clearly.
I'm finding it difficult to hear you.
Oh, hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, so Mr. Said, you can hear me. Please, you can go on. I've done the introduction. I've introduced you to Okay, so please go ahead with the introduction. Introduce yourself and please introduce yourself, then talk about maybe what we'll be discussing today. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Jaffet, for organizing this wonderful program in blockchain for all in order to enlighten more people on what blockchain is all about, its capability, and what it can be, what we can use to achieve on the blockchain. It is really a wonderful opportunity also to be one of the speakers of this wonderful event. Like earlier been said, that today we'll be discussing on a particular topic, the impact of blockchain on social networks. Um, it is some it is very good for us to understand some terminologies that is needed that will help us along the line to understand what we'll be discussing on. I would like to highlight some of these terminologies because it will be of great help to us along the line to understand the entire scope of what blockchain is. Number one of it is I want us to kind of understand what database is all about. Then, secondly, the blockchain itself. So, I would like to start with the database. What is database? By a way of definition, we say database is a collection of organized record that can easily be retrieved, modified, or deleted uh, on an electronic device. So if we say that database can be modified, then I want to bring to our attention to a centralized system, which means that there's somebody that is in control. If anything can be modified, if anything can be deleted, if anything can be done on a database, it means that it is centralized, which means that there's somebody in charge that can carry out this modification on it. So, just like in our primary school, if we in our primary school whereby we have a class register that contain all the lists of the student in that particular class, and also it is being arranged from surname to first name to middle name, which is an organized record. And once there is a new student in that particular class, his name is added on or in the register, in the class register. So, and once a student leave that particular class or maybe leave the entire school, his name is removed from that class register. So what does that imply? It implies that there's always someone that is in charge. There's someone that is in control that can always edit, delete this particular record. And that is what we mean by centralized database. Our traditional way of storing information is a centralized is on a centralized database. So, having said that, let's go back to blockchain. Blockchain, on the other hand, is just like the database which we have just discussed, but this time around it is decentralized. It is decentralized. What it means by it is decentralized is that it is not in control by anybody. No single individual or entity have the power to control, to edit or modify these data. And these data are connected on a network. Several computers all over the world are connected in a network to hold data on blockchain. So that's why we say blockchain is an or is a distributed ledger. It's a distributed ledger. It means that a single record
is being kept on so many nodes. What we mean by node is that it's being kept on different computers. So for anyone to modify any of this data, have to follow thousands of these nodes and modify them, all of them, which practically is impossible. So that is the difference between um, blockchain and normal database. We must understand that once a data is being added on the blockchain, it cannot be altered, it cannot be modified. So it is very important for us to understand the concept of what blockchain is all about before we move on. Most, if you look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
it,
that's true. That's true.
most of the activities that we do are many of our day-to-day uh, runnings are centralized systems, starting from government to politics and to even social media, which we will be talking about as we proceed, is carrying a form of what? Centralized system, which means there is somebody that is in charge of this network. There is somebody that is in charge that can edit and modify record. But in blockchain, I want us to understand this. There's nobody that can do that. Blockchain have very unique features, which is decentralization, which I've already explained, transparency, which means a transaction on a blockchain can be seen and can be verified by all. Any transaction that is done on blockchain can easily be verified with the help of the blockchain hash. So the transparency is there. Then the immutability, which stands no one can edit or change any record that is being added on the blockchain. So it is of important for us to understand the features of this blockchain before we begin to apply them in different systems. So
Okay, thank you
having
very much.
having said that, I would like to proceed by looking at um, what is social network. So generally, social network means that uh, the activities or action being taken to affect individual, families, or community. That's what social uh, network means. Any activities or action being taken in order to affect individual, communities, or family. And social media has been a major source of connection between communities and also a medium for sharing of knowledge, information, and bringing people together. So how does blockchain now affect this type of activities? How does blockchain affect what the coming together of people to interact? One of the basic things that I want us to look at is privacy and security.
Hmm.
In a normal database, which we don't have much security and privacy like what blockchain is trying to solve. Imagine now the number of accounts on social media that are being hacked every year. With the help of blockchain, it is practically impossible to do that. Imagine now for you to hack an account of one person that is being on different nodes, you have to hack all the nodes that contain that particular information. Not only that, you have to do it at the same time because it's the node operate in such a way that it must all agree for any entry to come in. So a kind of secure our privacy and also our information. Secondly, if you look at it again, the um, the blockchain also serve as a permanent storage, and also it process uh, the data that in which is being given to. So in a way, it's just to make us to understand that
Okay, I think we have lost Mr. Said. He's really trying to explain the concept of blockchain, the immutable state of how blockchain can store data, how you can really go and corrupt data. He's talking about social media now. I really don't know why network is really affecting him this evening. We'll try and get him back online. Okay, from the little explanations, please, I know a lot of us have questions. So if you are watching from any of these channels, you can just type in your questions, and I believe you'll be able to see it from the studio here. As he continues, he will definitely tackle the questions later on, and I'll read them out for him again. The entire series will still try to look at how blockchain is actually changing the face of social media or social networking amongst several platforms. We're going to understand how these platforms are becoming so robust to use blockchain in storing data. So there are a lot of questions I'm also going to really ask him, but I just wish we be able to come back online so that the program will go smoothly as planned. So please just still we'll be expecting him. And since the program is still early, we can still try and share the link on our social media handles for our friends to also join us before he comes and give the main point for today before we wrap it up. So we can still use this medium to share the video online, share the link for people to join, and it still remain blockchain for all. We're trying to see how we inform a lot of Nigerians or make it a sensitization month, the month of February and March, bringing in experts from real estate, from the academia, bringing in experts from security, and to ensure we understand how blockchain is really integrating itself to a lot of the platforms, how we can be able to take opportunities of platforms that are built on blockchain early enough. I'm trying to understand how data is very important for us to secure, more especially with the current state we are going in now, a lot of hackers online. We'll be talking about these things every week. I think we should have 2 or 3 speakers every week. So it's going to be an extensive and educative moment for all of us here. The network is really affecting it, as I said, but I'm very hopeful for our 1 hour mark. We should be able to have him back so that he will point out and talk a lot about social media. A lot of things happening on social media, and uh, a lot of us need to take a precaution when it comes to our data online. A lot of content creators need to actually get um, a lot of value for the content they are putting out there. So we'll try to see how which platforms, how should we transition to actually earn from what you are doing. We are seeing what Facebook is doing, transforming from Facebook and changing to Meta. So it's all part of the move to adopt blockchain technology entirely. We are seeing Microsoft buying companies and trying to see how they will go into the metaverse. We are seeing how Twitter is even allowing people to start uploading their NFTs as their profile picture. So a lot of whole things are happening on the social media network, and it would be nice to. That's why I want to really have Mr. Said so that we'll be able to have a discourse around it, because there are a lot of things we have been able to see going on now from NFTs, how NFTs help us integrate more. A lot of us are always on Facebook chatting with our friends. So social media is trying to see how it will bring a lot of us more closer, but at the same time trying to see how they can protect our privacy. And that's why most of them are actually taking a lot of their services to build them on the blockchain, because of security, and trying to see how it will have a lot of people so that we'll be able to have a lot of people interacting at the same time. And we can see how metaverse is actually bringing that to reality. We hope in the nearest future, maybe when going on Facebook, you might just hop into the metaverse and be able to go and meet your friends in one or two launch on the metaverse. You discuss, you begin to see how NFTs will be used on social media handles, where you'll be able to use possibly NFTs to access uh, different groups on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. Maybe you might be using your NFTs as access card to a party on the metaverse. So a lot of things are going to be happening, and that's what we really wanted to discuss such with Mr. Seth, because he has had a lot of experience with using a lot of social media platforms and a lot of things they require. So when we begin to see people buying cryptocurrencies, you begin to see people buying NFTs, you begin to see companies going into building metaverse platforms. The question becomes, okay, what is the general goal at the end of the day? What are we looking at? What is the, let me say, the final goal of these companies? What are they trying to achieve? So it's not about just getting cryptocurrency or getting an NFT. Want to understand the use cases when it comes to social media. That's why we wanted him to just talk a lot about social media. And these questions will actually be questions we'll be asking him. How does he see the integration of um, the social media with the blockchain, the metaverse, and looking at the same time NFTs and cryptocurrencies that possibly uh, these companies might be adopting. So I'll still be expecting Mr. Seth to come up online to discuss. But as I've said, please you can share these pictures and this link for this program to our friends and see how we're going to get everyone on board before he comes back online. Okay, so we're still trying to see how to get Mr. Said back. Please be patient with us. I don't know why this network is just really so bad today. So we still hope before our time elapses, we still get Mr. Said back up to discuss. So we still have a lot of speakers. So it's something you just follow my page and follow Big Contact on Facebook as we begin to share a lot of our next speakers that will be coming up to discuss on several fields. Several fields. I think we have close to 8 speakers now on board, and they're already ready for the program. So we'll try to ensure that this is as simple, is blockchain being simplified for everyone to understand. And I promise this time around it's really going to be educative. We are going to enjoy it. So that's why we're trying to see how we'll be able to stream on several channels at the same time, so that it will be open and accessible to everyone. So please just a moment as I try to get our guest speaker to discuss and finish up for the day. Okay, so we have Mr. Set back now. Okay, we have Mr. Set back. Mr. Set, okay, the speaker is having a really bad time with the network. Please, we're going to give it a shot again. We're going to try and see how we'll be able to connect him. If we can't, we'll have to reschedule Mr. Set session for another time. But for now, we will still try and let's say try connecting with him because our time is far well spent. So we'll try and see if we can connect back with him in the next few minutes. If we can't connect with him, then we'll have to reschedule his session for another time. Uh, but he's trying his best to also connect with us. Okay, Mr. Set, network keeps failing. Please, a moment. Please. We have a lot of speakers, and I don't want beats to clash. So if we can't get him today, we need to squeeze out time again for him. But we just want to try and see how we're able to connect with him in the next few minutes. If we can't, then I will just have to call this meeting over to another time. But let's just give him a few minutes, please. It's very important for us to actually have this meeting because this is just an opportunity that's being opened up for everyone to actually utilize. And I really understand how stressful it can be to get a lot of them to leave their work and schedule a whole evening for such programs. So that's why I don't really want to take it for granted. Try and see how we're able to um, get the best. Because I know they are already prepared for us today. But if the network still persists and doesn't allow Mr. Seth to come on board, we will still need to reschedule for this because social media is a very important tool in our lives. We have been using it a lot and we know the advantage of social media. So we want to ensure that everyone understand how to take good advantage of social media for his or herself. And his topic is really important. That's why I'm trying to press as hard as I can to ensure that we get him. If the network wins on this battle, then I will have to try and reschedule another day for Mr. Seth to come online and talk about this topic again. So just give me a few minutes to try and contact Mr. Seth. And if we can't, then we'll just close for today. Okay, so we're very sorry. Mr. Seth has, yeah, the network is really, really bad from his end. He has tried several networks to connect. Okay, I'm trying to see how we'll be able to set up another day with Mr. Seth. Hopefully, if it's possible to get him online tomorrow, um, during the day, we'll try and work on this quickly before the next speaker. So we'll try and see if we'll be able to connect with Mr. Seth tomorrow evening because we have another speaker, I think, on Monday or so, or Tuesday, we should be having our next speaker. So we'll try and talk with him hopefully tomorrow evening. So we share the invite is already online. So we're just going to broadcast and we believe everybody will get the notifications. So by tomorrow, hopefully, we'll try and hold this meeting. So tomorrow is Saturday. Okay, so Saturday or Sunday, we'll try and get Mr. Said on board so that we'll be able to discuss this as we go. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. It's really beyond our control due to the network. But I'm very happy to announce you all that Blockchain for All is here and is going to be better this time. We held Crypto June, that was 2 years back, and I was able to speak with a lot of speakers to talk about blockchain. A lot of us took advantage of blockchain that was 2 years back, and so many of us are actually smiling now. So I believe this year we will be learning. I believe in the next 2 years we are going to have a lot of millionaires in our midst, and that's something I'm very certain of. So blockchain for all is going to talk about cryptocurrencies, going to talk about investment, going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk about a lot of things that blockchain is empowering. We're going to talk about um, which tokens to look at, which type of platform you're going to get your cryptocurrencies for those who are buying cryptocurrencies. Um, we'll be bringing technical experts, people that are talking about technology, developers, what do you need to do. We're going to be bringing career experts that will be talking about careers that you can take in blockchain. So it's going to be a whole lot of information, a whole lot of package for us for this month. And I'm very grateful for you guys to be here online with me. Blockchain for All is a series that I assure you that you will not forget just for partaking. So I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'll try and get Mr. Set back online tomorrow or Sunday. But before the program, I'm going to make a post on all our social media handles so that we'll be able to connect with us again quickly as we discuss the impact of blockchain on social media. So it's going to be an awesome time. So thank you very much and do have a wonderful day. Bye.